Hey, this is Jit from Spring Networks with a quick video on helping you to decide on your SD-WAN vendor selection. As you know, there's a deluge of SD-WAN vendors who have proliferated the SD-WAN market. With that many choices, how would you make an informed decision? We have narrowed down to 5 types of SD-WAN vendors, where we will go through each one of them individually and we'll discuss their pros and cons, where you can then decide based on our recommendations and your best judgment which SD-WAN vendor suits you best. So, as mentioned, there's 5 different SD-WAN vendors or models. These are vendors who got into SD-WAN from different starting points. The first 4 you will see who have bolted SD-WAN onto their existing architecture. The first is the router-based model. In this model, SD-WAN has been added into the architecture as a separate independent virtual machine or a container, resulting in complexity, latency, and jitter. Well, overall, just poor performance. Also, it lacks security. It does not have a next generation firewall. The only way you could get around the security issue is by adding a separate piece of hardware or another power sucking blade into the chassis, which means there will be a ton of inefficiencies because most of the functions will be repeated again and again. So that's a quick look at the router-based model. We hope this helps you understand the capabilities of a standard router-based SD-WAN model. It is important to weigh your pros and cons when selecting a router-based SD-WAN model. We've seen from past experiences these router-based models running SD-WAN on virtual machines or containers performing pretty poorly. There's been instances where we have rebooted multiple devices because of high CPU and memory issues. Next, we have the SD-WAN-based architectures. These are just SD-WAN only vendors. These vendors offer application-based traffic steering, load balancing. They could even add application experience and visibility, but in reality, they are not built with security in mind. Also, they lacked advanced routing. These models cannot go into a legacy network and integrate seamlessly and start performing together with other non-SD-WAN branches. They also lacked WAN optimization, which means branches with low latency would continue to suffer regardless of SD-WAN. Again, touching on the security aspect, there's no network worth having if security has not been built into it from the ground up. If you're using your branch to access the internet and using it as a DIA option, just doing stateful firewalling wouldn't just cut it. You need a sophisticated capabilities of a next generation firewall with IPS, IDS, antivirus, URL filtering, DNS security, SSL proxy, and a complete suite of defense. So we hope this helps you understand the capabilities of a standard SD-WAN only based architecture when selecting your SD-WAN model. Okay, so next we have a WAN optimization based SD-WAN model. This is a model that started off as a WAN optimization device. Then the vendor saw the industry pivoting towards SD-WAN, then decided to add on SD-WAN capabilities to their WAN optimization solution. Again, like the SD-WAN only model, the WAN optimization model lacks advanced security and would struggle to coexist in a legacy non-SD-WAN branch environment. It also lacks in-depth security, so you will not have that peace of mind as with a next generation firewall. You cannot expect this model to provide IPS, IDS, antivirus, URL filtering, SSL proxy, proxy chaining, to name a few. So we hope this helps you understand the capabilities of a WAN optimization-based SD-WAN model when it comes to selecting your SD-WAN vendor. Next, we have the firewall-based SD-WAN model. Now, this is a model that began as a firewall with a specific set of requirements, who is most likely a pretty successful firewall vendor doing security, now trying to operate in the SD-WAN space. Again, even with these models, you would lack advanced routing and would struggle to coexist in a brownfield environment with other branches. These models also lack WAN optimization, and even their SD-WAN capabilities are very rudimentary. Just because someone comes along and says, hey look, we got SD-WAN, that does not mean they have a complete suite of SD-WAN functionality, related application visibility, and user experience and automation. We hope that sheds some light when it comes to deciding on a firewall-based SD-WAN vendor. And if you're considering a firewall-based vendor, you could always check with them whether they cover the complete suite of SD-WAN capabilities. Finally, we have the secure SD-WAN based model, which is kind of a unique model. In this model, all the previously discussed capabilities and functions are designed into a single software stack from the beginning and architected to operate together as a single software entity in a fully integrated manner. This breed of SD-WAN achieves excellence in all fronts. It has complete capability to run advanced scalable routing and integrates seamlessly into any brownfield environment. It has complete next generation firewall features, which means it can support your DIA with IPS, IDS, antivirus, URL filtering, DNS security, SSL proxy, and so on. Also, it's capable of running WAN optimization, which is a bonus. This type of SD-WAN doesn't stop you from using different best-of-breed functions from other vendors if required. You could use UCPE or Universal Customer Premises Equipment to achieve this. We recommend you aiming for this type of SD-WAN model, which is an all-in-one solution. So we hope this clears a lot of misconceptions on various SD-WAN models out there and lets you decide on the best model that suits your business needs.